Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning in to the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you in America celebrating. I am so appreciative of you all. I'm so appreciative of tarot. I'm so appreciative of YouTube and the ability to connect no matter where you are in the world. I'm so grateful for these messages of divine guidance. I'm so grateful for this world, for the experiences that I've had, and I'm so excited about the experiences that I haven't had yet. So grateful for my family and friends. I'm so grateful for each and every opportunity to connect and create new friendships. So, what are you appreciative of? What are you thankful for? All right, what's hidden? Thank you. Outcome and advice. Thank you. All right, let's turn these cards over. A lot came out. So let's decipher. Let's go through this. 5 cards in the overall energy. 10 of Wands. The Knight of Swords in reverse. He's been showing up a lot. The Magician. 9 of Cups reverse. Fool reversed. Okay. Whew. You might be feeling exhausted, some level of exhaustion with the 10 of Wands. Burdens. As I'm looking at the other cards, it feels like you might be burdened by people around you. Right before this reading, I was thinking about how I used to feel because I was raised and conditioned to be responsible for how everyone in the environment is feeling. Like I'm personally responsible for other people's emotions, their happiness. And which is not true. But I get the feeling that there's something going on in current energies where someone's trying to make you responsible for their unhappiness. And they want to repeat that cycle of making others responsible for how they feel. They might be saying something that's triggering, blaming you. What's interesting is with the Magician here, it feels like you're really manifesting what you prefer at this time. All right, let's go through and clarify. Why is the 10 of Wands here? What is the viewer burdened by? Wow, that fell on the chair, the stool next to me. 8 of Cups coming out as a challenge. It's hard to walk away from these burdens. Emotional attachments. This could be family, because you might have a role in your family. It's your responsibility to make me happy. This feels like someone older than you, which is kind of wild. It feels like the people, you're burdened by the emotional attachments that you have, and it's a challenge for you to walk away from these roles, these exhausting positions. I'm getting projections, people projecting who you are onto you, not really connecting with you on a soul level and who you are now, but projecting how they see you, and you need to please them by becoming the projection. You need to match that projection. There's someone who's got quite a story about who you are and what your role is in regards to them, and it just feels unfulfilling. At least it feels very painful not being seen for where you are now, who you are now, but someone, yeah, they're in their own story. It's like they can't even really see you. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse in the overall energy? Seven of Cups reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed. Boy, whoever this is, they're quick to rush to negative conclusions. Whoever this is, what might help is realizing that their mindset, how they're perceiving you, has nothing to do with you and everything to do with where they are and who they are. They're incapable of, outside of their own perception, outside of their own reality, their own projections. They can't connect to reality. This is someone who feels very destabilized. They don't have a lot of options. It feels like their world's getting smaller and smaller, and there's no self-reflection at all. Why is the Magician here? What does the viewer need to know about conscious manifesting, creating what they prefer? All right. Knight of Wands, Four of Wands, Hierophant reversed. There's something here around you consciously world building, creating happiness, going after what you desire, and then a broken contract. Something falls through. Okay, feels like you're looking at your manifestations. Feels like you've been in a cycle of trying to create something, taking it to the next level, and it feels like when you take it to the next level, when there's celebration, things fall apart. Why is that happening in this person? Okay, a lack of flow, a lack of love, giving from an empty cup. Something shifts. It feels like what you've been working on, manifesting, world building. And when you find someone else that you want to world build with and take things to the next level, where presumably both are taking action, double the action, double the excitement. Sounds like a Double Mint commercial. And it feels like after that celebration, there's some type of breaking of the contract, and it feels like the other person just stops giving to the connection, stops taking action. Something kind of implodes at that level, and it looks like you're wanting to get past this. So tell me why there's a broken contract and the other person stops putting in the effort. Ten of Wands now in reverse. King of Cups, Five of Swords reverse. Okay. It looks like you attract people who want you to do the labor. No matter what they say, they really want you to do the work. They want you to buoy them. They want you to lift them, carry them. This is a great illustration. Feels like you attract people who want to kind of revert to a childlike position and just be carried by you. They don't, even if they're saying, yes, both of us, partners, we're both taking action together, it collapses after an agreement to collaborate. It looks like people stop putting in the work and the effort. They just want you to do the work. What I see here is that you now have the emotional maturity to not continue when someone switches, when someone changes their energy, when and something changes. Then you're not going to keep chasing and trying to get back to, it looks like you just release. You recognize, oh, this isn't working, and let go. Not fighting about it, not upset. There's an emotional maturity that you have in recognizing when something stops working, that is not an indicator that you need to put in more work and chase and try to fix things, but recognize that someone has shifted the energy, the agreements have changed, this isn't what was agreed upon, and it's not your job to do all the work, to carry others. All right, 9 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Pentacles reversed. 9 of Cups reversed. Clarified by 9 of Cups reversed. Okay. Someone's not in alignment. Yeah. So what I'm seeing here is someone who wants you to do the action, do all the work, carry them. I'm getting here that you attract people who want you to do the labor, do the work for them. They're very unhappy and repeating cycles. I think in the past you might have been pulled in, manipulated emotionally to carry others. But now what it looks like is the moment something shifts energetically and you feel you feel the burden of the weight of the connection, that they're not putting any of their energy into the connection. They're expecting you to do all the work. And it looks like in the past you might have chased, tried to heal, and instead now you are perceiving the new reality of the situation and not chasing, allowing that to unmask them and to make a different decision. This feels very heart healing, believe it or not. I think it's important to show yourself that in the past you might have been in a pitfall. You might have fallen for and stayed in something that felt really good, but the moment it switched in the past, then you would chase and try to change and try to get it back to where it was when it felt really good, and it was really good. And instead you're realizing that that's kind of a bait and switch, where someone, it sounds really good, and then at some point they stop putting in the effort, they stop giving the attention, and they want you to do all the work, all the labor. Yeah, I'm saying it again and again. This feels very healing. You're not betraying yourself. You're not needing whoever this is. You're just realizing, oh, this isn't a good fit. Next, moving on. All right. In what's hidden, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Death card. Yes. This wounded version of yourself, that people were able to manipulate your emotions, manipulate that your low self-esteem, low self-worth, not seeing your value, not seeing how capable you are, how loving. That version of you with the Death card coming out, it looks like you're transforming. And you're no longer this version, that you're no longer the version that people can emotionally manipulate. You've healed that with the King of Cups showing up upright. It looks like you've just have this emotional stability, emotional maturity. All right, anything else that the viewer needs to know about transforming this? What's hidden? Page of Swords in reverse. Communication. Someone coming in with some type of negative communication because of a lack of success. Okay, why is this coming up in what's hidden? Knight of Pentacles. Still not getting it. What does the viewer need to know? Okay, there's someone in their mother wound. Or Empress reversed with her back turned is this energy that I'm... This could be older feminine energy. Someone who has a mother wound, that it feels like they've been exploiting your unhealed mother wounds. And so they would be able to say something, and this feels like a humiliation ritual. Put you in your place. Be able, just with some words, kind of, putting you in your place. Feels like this person is the one who's incredibly unhappy. There's someone who's really... It doesn't feel like they can affect you anymore because you've healed those wounds. So, okay, these other cards came up as well. It just doesn't feel like if someone's trying to poke at you, prod you, affect you, it just is not having that effect because you've healed that version of you. This, whoever this is that's trying to come in what's hidden, it feels like they play in your face, or they used to play in your face and be able to exploit your unhealed woundedness. But it doesn't feel like they're able to do that anymore. And you're figuring out who and what to invest in, what dreams and desires, and you're figuring out how to invest too, not investing everything into something right away, but go slowly, invest a little bit, see if they can reciprocate. Because otherwise it feels like you rush in and maybe overgive. I don't see this necessarily as a problem. The problem would be, things fall apart. People shift. People lose interest. Stuff happens. But what I'm seeing here is, instead of trying to get it back and trying to keep it on track and trying to hold on to them and you're just letting it go. You're figuring out how to let something that switches, someone, a situation, and once it changes from really good to something else, to let it, to not try to chase that feeling good. Does that make sense? Not just letting, once someone changes, that's the change. That's who they are. Not trying to get it back to some idealized point of view. All right, in the outcome and advice, we have the Queen of Wands, the Chariot reversed, the High Priestess reversed, Three of Cups reversed, Four of Cups, Emperor. Divine masculine energy. It feels like you're leading yourself through this. There's definite leadership qualities here. Taking action, but no longer carrying other people's burdens. Once things shift, they shift instead of chasing and trying to go back to some idealized point of view. The Chariot reversed. This is coming, there's something here about you showing up as yourself, learning from your mistakes, charismatic, liking who you are, which feels like that's a threat to this other energy that I was tuning into in What's Hidden. If you are confident and you know yourself, then they can't take advantage of your wounds and manipulate you, make you feel insecure, and create some type of humiliation. This feels like someone who's just very insecure, and instead of working on their insecurities, they pinpoint you, pick on you, humiliate you, chip away at who you are. It feels like they do that because they have nothing going on. They don't know how to make moves. They don't know how to change this and transform this. You have transformed from the inside. You've healed a lot of your emotional wounds. That version of you that they used to be able to pick on is no longer here. And it looks like you're figuring out, you're manifesting what you want. And then in the 3D, you're recognizing if that's the manifestation and if it's not. And if it's not, you're not chasing. You're just like, oh, nope, that's not what I was looking for. And what I'm seeing here is there's someone, it has a real family vibe, not going to lie, in What's Hidden with the Empress reversed. And it feels like they enjoyed you more when they could stop you from making moves, when they can control you, when you didn't have unlimited potential. There's a lot of triangulation. There's some type of story that you being limited, you having no potential, and they've got that projection, they've got that story of who you are, and they won't update how they perceive you. They refuse to, because if you are able to go within and change and heal and have that change your story and change your life, that's a reflection they don't want. They don't want to do the inner work. They don't want to do that type of work. They want to change and control the people in their environment. And it looks like you're just not interested in this stuff anymore. Four of Cups. Just not interested in being around someone who just can't perceive you, doesn't care for you, has got a story about you. It feels like you're tired of, they're not really connecting with you. You don't feel seen or heard or understood, or like they even care to see you, understand you. And so there's kind of, it feels like you've lost your taste, not interested in whatever they're offering. There's a lot of leadership here. Feels like you are really enjoying this new version of yourself. You're learning as you go, figuring things out. But what's most important is you like yourself. You love yourself. And you're making moves and operating from that vantage point. And it really leading yourself. All right, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your likes and comments and shares so I can expand and grow this channel. All right, take care. Bye.